She was trembling, holding a can of baby formula with eyes full of tears, when the store manager barked at her to leave. And just when she thought the world had turned its back on her, one man stood up. A stranger. A single father. And his words changed her life forever. Backhand index pointing right. If you believe kindness can still change the world, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more inspiring real-life stories. Rain fell in heavy sheets over the city streets, blurring car lights and soaking through the clothes of those hurrying to get home. Inside a small, warmly lit supermarket tucked on the corner of 6th and Main, life went on, cash registers beeping, carts squeaking, employees stocking shelves. That's when she walked in. Her name was Maya. Mid-20s. Thin. Hair clinging to her cheeks from the rain. Clothes damp and wrinkled. She didn't look like she belonged there, at least, that's what the assistant manager thought. Maya's eyes darted around the store nervously. She wasn't there to shop for pleasure. She was there for survival. Her baby, only 4 months old, was waiting in a shelter 2 blocks away. She had walked 40 minutes in the rain to get here with the few coins she'd scraped together from spare change and a crumpled $5 bill someone left on a bus bench. She walked straight to aisle 3. Baby formula. As her fingers trembled around a small container, the store's assistant manager, a man named Craig, narrowed his eyes from behind the counter. He'd seen her type before, at least in his mind. Young. Broke. Probably looking to steal something, he muttered to a cashier beside him. Maya clutched the formula and stepped into line. There was a pause. A moment where her hand dipped into her pocket to gather her money, but her heart sank. She was short. Still. Even after counting it 3 times. The price must have gone up since last week. She bit her lip and whispered to the cashier, "Can I pay the rest later? My baby. He hasn't eaten since last night. I promise I'll come back with the rest." The cashier hesitated, eyes glancing nervously toward Craig. Craig heard it. Loud and clear. He stomped over, chest puffed, voice raised. "This is a store, not a charity. You can't afford it, leave it. And leave the store before I call security." People started to stare. The buzzing fluorescent lights, the dull music in the background, suddenly it all felt like a nightmare. Maya stood frozen. Embarrassed. Ashamed. Her cheeks flushed with humiliation as she carefully placed the formula back on the counter. That's when a voice cut through the tension. "If she goes, I go too." Heads turned. A man stepped out from the other line, tall, scruffy beard, holding his daughter in one arm and a carton of milk in the other. His name was Ethan, a 34-year-old single father raising his 5-year-old daughter, Lucy, on his own after losing his wife in a car crash 2 years ago. He had watched the entire thing unfold. He put down his groceries, walked over, and stood beside Maya. "You're really throwing her out for being a few bucks short? What happened to basic human decency?" Ethan's voice was calm, but firm. Craig scoffed. "Sir, this doesn't concern you." "It does now," Ethan said, looking straight at Maya. "Come on. Pick that formula back up." He turned to the cashier. "Ring it up with mine." Maya blinked, stunned. I can't let you." "It's not charity," he said softly. "It's just someone doing what's right." The cashier hesitated, but nodded. Ethan handed over his card and paid for both his milk and the baby formula. Maya's hands trembled as she took the can. Her lips quivered, tears spilling down her cheeks. "Thank you. I don't even know your name." "It's Ethan." "This is Lucy," he said, glancing down at his smiling daughter. "And you're welcome." Craig muttered something under his breath, but Ethan just guided Maya toward the exit. As they stepped outside into the now light drizzle, he asked her gently, "Where are you staying?" She hesitated, ashamed. At the family shelter down on Willow Street. But my time's almost up. I don't know what happens after. He paused, then looked down at Lucy, then back at Maya. Listen, there's a community center I volunteer at twice a week. They help single parents. I think they can help you. I can take you there tomorrow. Maya couldn't believe what she was hearing. No one had shown her this kind of kindness in years. Not since she lost her job after getting pregnant. Not since her ex walked out, calling her a burden. Not since the nights she cried silently so her baby wouldn't feel her pain. But here was a stranger, offering hope. That one moment turned into a lifeline. 1 month later. Maya had moved into a women's transitional housing program through the community center Ethan introduced her to. She had access to childcare, job training, and most importantly, dignity. Ethan stayed in touch. Sometimes he'd bring Lucy over to play with Maya's son, Jamie. The two children giggled like siblings, unaware of how a single act of kindness had stitched their lives together. Eventually, Maya found a job at a local bookstore. She started smiling again. Her eyes, once hollow, now sparkled with purpose. And Ethan? He never asked for anything in return. But Maya insisted on buying him coffee every Friday morning, just a small thank you for reminding her that the world still held good people. Sometimes it only takes one person to speak up, to make a difference, to change a life. Ethan didn't save Maya with money, he saved her with compassion. And in a world where we're taught to look the other way, maybe we need more people willing to say, if she goes, I go too. Backhand index pointing right. If this story touched your heart, show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing. Let's spread kindness, one story at a time.